Hey, welcome to the Cardone Zone. Grant Cardone here, and today I'm talking to you about what you need to watch out for when investing in your first real estate deal, your second, your third one, your fourth one. But I want to share with you some things that I see people doing right now that they should be aware of, and to avoid doing so that your first deal makes you money. In fact, probably 50%, I've seen numbers as high as 60% of the people that do one commercial real estate deal never do a second deal. Why? Because the first deal didn't work. It didn't cash flow. It didn't make them money. It caused them more problems than solutions. And I don't want that to happen to you. So I'm going to share with you today 5 different things, 5 things you want to be aware of before you invest in your first commercial real estate deal. When I say commercial, I'm talking about you now have a commercial interest, not a house. This isn't a house. It's not someplace you're going to live, but you're buying a piece of real estate in order to make money. It's a commercial endeavor to buy a piece of real estate. Could be 1 unit, could be 2 units, could be 4 units, 40 units, 400, or hey, let's go get us 4,000, okay? I started with 1 unit in, what year was that, man? That had to be, let's see, I was 28 years old, Bel Air, Texas, just outside of Houston, south of Houston, really, really tight market. And what I did was I went and bought, and I wish I'd have had this list. If I'd have had this list of things to avoid, I would have never bought this piece of real estate, or I would have bought it and known how to solve the problems that came along with it, okay? So this deal was $78,000. I put $3,500 down, all of which was borrowed from someone else, by the way. The bank's like, is this your money? Yes, it is. And what I didn't add was this last word, now. Yes, it is now. Okay, so I borrowed the $3,500. I financed $75,500. I think my payments were $400 a month, like $400 a month. And I rented the place for $575. I made $175 a month. I was on my way to becoming a real estate mogul. How'd you do? Good. Anything? Times 12. I was going to make $2,100 in the first year. I had done the math on the deal. I'm like, this is a freaking screamer. I'm going to make $2,100 in year 1. If you divide $2,100 by the $3,500 I put down, I had a 60% return on my money. And that was 25 years ago. Okay, I'm like, I'm going to get rich doing this. I had done all the math in my head. I'm like, I'm going to pay my down payment I'll have back in a year and a half. In 18 months, I'll have my down payment back. Literally, after 18 months of financing this property, I will be no money in the deal because of the cash flow, and I'll just sit there and collect $175 a month for the next, who knows how many years, 120 months, that's 10 years. I'm going to make $21,000 on no money in the deal because I would have had all my money back, and I'm going to own a piece of real estate. Well, that's how most people get into real estate, okay? Particularly right now with the real estate market hot, you guys are out there buying real estate like, oh man, I'm going to make money for sure. Shit, I'm just going to close my eyes, blindfold myself, and I'm going to make some money. But you're making mistakes, and I see it happening every day. And I want you to be aware. What's the title of this video, Johnny?
It is warning. Watch this video.
Warning! Watch this video. Share it with your friends. Share it with your neighbors. Share it with your family. Watch this video before you buy your first piece of real estate. Because if you avoid doing these 5 things, I promise you, listen to me, guarantee, as we say in Louisiana, that you will do a second deal. Why do people not do a second deal? Because they didn't make money on the first deal. So I want you to be aware of these things, okay? Number 1 biggest mistake you're going to make buying real estate is going too small. Okay? You're going to go too small. I know what you're going to say. I know I've heard it all, folks. I've been doing this 35 years. Nobody is going to ask me a question when you call in today at 305-865-8668, 305-865-8668. Even you TikTokers out there, which probably don't even know how to use a phone anymore, 305-865-8668. Give me a call up. When you ask me a question today, I guarantee you the question you asked me, I have heard at least 10 times. Many of you are going to tell me, man, I'm starting small because I got to start somewhere, okay? Starting small, okay? Here's the problem with starting small. Yes, you have to start somewhere, but why would you start where you can't make money and you can't exit and you can't cash flow, okay? Here's the problem with one unit. It's simple, okay? You are dependent upon one tenant. One tenant moves out equals 100% vacant. 100% vacant means you have to make the entire note and you are negative, okay? 1 month making a payment can literally wipe out 5 months of cash flow. 1 month of making a payment on your own in full could literally wipe out 4 or 5 months of positive cash flow, okay? 2 units. What happens with 2 units? When you buy 2 units, and you guys are going to do this because you're going to get a 5% down payment loan. You got, what's the lending associations that are like offering you this 5%, 3%, 2 units, 4 units, what's it called? Y'all know what it's called? They don't know. These guys watch my videos every day. They're shooting my videos every day. They don't know nothing. Just kidding, okay? So check it out. 2 units. I could put 5% down. Let's say the units are 200 grand. The 2 units, I could put $10,000 down and I could own 2 units. And the reason you don't want to do that is if one person moves out, guess what? You're 50% occupied and you will be negative cash flow. The moment you go negative cash flow, you're in trouble. 4 units. 4 units are very easy to buy, okay? One person moves out, you're 75% occupied. You're probably going to break even on your debt before your expenses. 2 people move out, you're 50% vacant. Now you got a problem, okay? Single family, duplexes, and fourplexes are the number 1, or number 2, and number 3 categories of properties that went back in 2010. Why did they go back? Because they don't produce enough cash flow, okay? Because they don't, one, you're dependent upon 100%, 50%, or you start breaking. You understand? You start breaking your occupancy levels. You need to be about 95%, between 90 and 95, 88 probably, 88, 93, 94%, 88, 93% to keep a positive cash flow above debt. You want to write this down, above your debt and above your expenses. Property taxes, electric, water, everything, all the expenses of operation, management, taxes. I think I said taxes twice because I hate taxes, okay? And in addition to that, your mortgage. You need about 88 to 93% to be positive there and return some cash flow to your equity, whatever money you put down, okay? So when you do 1 unit, 2 unit, 4 units, somebody moves out, one person moves out, boom, you're in trouble. 2 people move out, you're dead. Okay, now watch. Here's the other problem with 1, 2s, and 4s. 1, 2, and 4. I could probably take this all the way to 8. It's why in my book, How to Create Wealth Investing in Real Estate, that you can get for free just for watching the show today. Website?
GrantCardone.com/free book.
Okay, you get 1 free book, GrantCardone.com/free books, How to Create Wealth Investing in Real Estate. It's going to show you the perfect size deal. Watch what happens with 1 unit. 1 unit at $1,000 a month, 2 units at $1,000 a month, 4 units at $1,000 a month, okay? That's $1,000 a month, that's $2,000 a month, and that is $4,000 a month. And you're like, man, I could use $4 grand a month. Okay, good, but what if 2 people move out? 4 grand's not 4 grand, 4 grand's 2 grand. Per unit, okay, per unit. Do you really want, out of $1,000 a month, $1,000 a month, let's say 30% of that is expenses, that's $300. You end up with $700 a month before your debt, okay? This is your expenses. This is your income. Okay, now you're making $700 a month before your debt. Let's say your debt on this deal, because you borrowed $80,000. I'm sorry, you borrowed $95,000 on this. You see the note on $95,000. It's $498 a month, about $400 a month. Okay, this is going to be what? $102. That's your positive cash flow. $102 times 12 is $1,200 a year. Do you really want to go through all this trouble for $100 a month? I mean, come on, Johnny. How long would it take me to go on a street corner right now, or walk into Publix or some store, and say, "Hey, could somebody in here give me $100?"
Probably 15 minutes.
15. Shit, I'd have 1,515. Look for that video. I get people to throw $1,500 at me. So look, if this is what you're doing, you're like, yeah, but I'm getting positive cash flow and one day I'm gonna get appreciation. What happens when they move out? And they're gonna move out. The people that you're renting to will not live there forever, okay? They're not gonna live there forever. So think about the scale at which you're doing. I tell people, look, if you can't make $24,000 a year, the minimum should be $24,000 of free cash flow, FCF, free cash flow, $2,000 a month. You should not invest in any single deal that doesn't provide you with at least $2,000 extra income a month. You want to cut that in half and think a little smaller? At least $1,000 a month of free cash flow. At least, okay? That means you need $12,000 annually to warrant going out and finding a deal, buying a deal, putting your name on a deal, managing a deal, and taking care of it. So number one, going too small is a mistake. Number two, buying on a budget. Buying on a budget, okay? Bring your own bottle. Anytime somebody invites me to a party and says, bring your own bottle, I'm like, that ain't a party for me. Buying on a budget in real estate is a bad idea because you're buying based on the down payment you have. You got $5,000 every single day. Somebody calls me up. Man, what can I do with $5,000? Nothing. Sorry. Okay. Now, if you want to have an imagination, what you could do is you could go to somebody like me and say, Grant, I found a deal in Dallas Fort Worth Marketplace. It's 140 units. I'm stealing it, Grant. The location is sick. Okay. Around it are homes that are $1 million, and I found a 140 unit deal, Grant. Watch, I'm going to show you how to have an imagination with your $5,000. And rather than buying one tiny deal, okay, with $5,000 that you own 100% of, how to go to a guy like me. We do this at our Real Estate Investors Club that meets every Wednesday, by the way, at 12 p.m. GrantCardone.com/club. GrantCardone.com/club if you want to be part of our club. These are serious real estate investors that know how to do what I'm about to do. Okay, watch. Say 140 units, and this deal is, let me see what I got on this deal. 140 units times, let's say I can steal this deal at $85,000 a unit. It's a crazy location, and this guy's willing to sell it. But this deal is going to be $12 million. Let me just put the big M there. Would you rather be invested in a deal that's $80,000 or $12 million? Of course, you'd rather be invested in a $12 million deal. So just the fact that you only have a little bit of a down payment and no credit, no management experience, you don't know what you're doing. Look, when you see a good deal, when you see a great deal, when you see a phenomenal piece of real estate, okay, but you can't buy it, don't quit. Leverage your $5,000, okay? Call me up. Call people in our club up, GrantCardone.com/club. Say, hey, I got this deal. Like, it's in Dallas, man. It is surrounded by $150 million office buildings, okay? It's surrounded by $2 million homes. I can buy this deal for $12 million. This guy's asleep. He doesn't know what his property's worth. Grant, I only got $5,000. I'll give you the entire $5,000. I got a Honda Civic paid for. I'll throw in my Civic. I got 2 Chillins. They're good kids. They make good grades. I'll give them to you. I'll throw them in the deal as collateral, okay? I'll manage the deal, find the deal, buy the deal. Man, I need your credit line. I need some down payment. And then you leverage the fact that you can manage the deal, find the deal, you found the deal, you got your sweat equity in the deal, and throw your $5,000 in the deal. And maybe what we do is we take this deal that's, what is that? I don't know. It's $85,000 a unit. That thing's probably worth $150,000 a unit in today's marketplace. These deals are out there right now. I just can't get to Dallas, okay? Times 140 units. And that's going to be $9 million worth of profit, okay? Let's say if you make 10% on this deal, you turn $5,000 into $900,000, okay? That's why I always say, one deal can change your life, okay? Number one mistake, going too small. Number two, buying on a budget. If you don't have any money, Your mind's going to tell you can't buy real estate. You're buying on a budget, okay? You buy Christmas on a budget. You buy birthdays on a budget. You do Valentine's on a budget. You do your groceries on a budget. Do not do real estate on a budget because it will blind you to great deals. You will not be able to find great deals because you're like, only got $5,000. Number 3, rehab. Underestimating the cost of rehab, okay? This is for flippers, investors. You guys go into a deal, oh man, I'm gonna spend $2,000 on this thing and I'm gonna make it look beautiful, okay? Let me tell you what things really cost, just so you know. Floors are gonna cost you about $2,000. 1,000 square feet of apartment or house. For every 1,000 square feet, you're gonna probably spend $2 on floors. That's $2,000. Cabinets, $1,500. Even if you just you keep the boxes and replace the doors, even if you wrap the doors, cabinet doors, okay? Cabinets, $1,500. Appliances are going to cost you $2,000. You need to put new appliances into place if you want to max out the rents. A light package, new lights. When you start taking the cabinets out, the floors out, the next thing you know, shit, man, I got to paint. I didn't think I was going to have to paint. Now you got to paint because you changed the cabinet doors. A light package is going to be $1,000 because all of a sudden these lights look all stupid and old and beat up. Paint's $1,200. Toilets are going to be $400. Bathtub's $800. Look, man, you ever walk into one of these properties and you see the bathtubs all got all that yellow gook in it,
So gunky.
caulking around the sides, little ant tracks through the caulking.
DNA all over the place.
DNA everywhere, man. Dead body in there, pictures of Dexter. Okay. I had to go Dexter. Okay. Hey, you do the interior and damn, man, you got a burn up lawn outside, no trees, little bushes all burn up.
The stump of a tree.
A stump. Landscaping is the fastest way. You're going to spend $2,000 on landscaping. That's if you don't drop any palm trees in there. You know you're going to get carried away when you get over to Costco. You're going to be at the Walmart. Hey, give me some of them geraniums. Give me some petunias. They're actually petunias. Maybe not. I don't know. Plus, who's going to do all this shit? I'm going to do it myself. Okay, you're going to spend more money painting this place. Oh, and we didn't even put in the baseboards. We didn't even put in the little switches for the electrical. Your place looks like shit, okay? And you're like, hey, it looked better than it did. Of course, you could have spit on the floors and it would look better than it did. Let's keep it real, all right? And you have not paid anybody to do it. Oh, I'm going to do it myself. That means somebody else is going to have to come redo what you did incorrectly. You're a salesman. You're an insurance guy. You're a banker. You're a nurse. You're a doctor. You're a dentist. Worst person to do this is a dentist that does teeth. Okay? Okay? He can't even, look, they can't even match the damn covers on my teeth. How they going to paint the damn living room? Okay, number 4, management. Folks, watch what happens on 1,000 units. A $1,200 rent. You know how much a manager's going to want? 10% of the gross is going to go to a manager. And you guys aren't even, I'm going to do it myself. Okay? I'm going to do it myself. $120 times 12 is, what is that? 120 times 12 is $2,440. 120 times 12. Yeah, no, it's $1,440. Are you really going to do this to save $1,440 a year? And if you pay somebody $1,440 a year, you think they're not going to steal from you? Oh, yes, sir, they will. You get a phone call. The sewer's backed up, and I got a bid for it, Mr. Cardone. It's going to be $3,500. $3,500. Who's doing it? My cousin. And his cousin and him is splitting that $3,500. So management. You aren't in real estate to manage. You're in real estate to be an investor. Don't go from being an investor to being a manager. 305-865-8668. The lines are loaded. Call us up. Last thing I'll tell you is this, financing. Big mistake people make in real estate. They got a place that's worth $600,000. They paid $180,000 for it. Okay, this thing is cash flowing $18,000 a year. and they're like, man, I'm making 10% on my money, man. Okay? You guys are miscalculating the cost of your money. Financing, going into the deal, exiting the deal, and having what's called trapped equity in a deal. You think you're making 10% because you paid $180 and you're getting $18,000 of net cash flow a year, but the truth is you're not. You're getting a 3% return, okay? On the value of the property, that's one way to figure it out. The value of the property you're getting a 3% return on. If it's worth $600,000 today, on the $420,000 of trapped cash equity, called equity, 18,000, divide that by the 420. Many of you can't even, you're like, man, what's this dude talking about? You're earning 4.2% on your trapped equity. It's called trapped equity, okay? I'll tell you, I got a deal right now. I bought this deal. This is how big deals work. I bought this deal for $29 million. I owe $22 million on it today. This is called this is called my equity investment, okay? This is my EI. I got $7 million down in the deal, but that is not the way to look at the deal. The deal cash flows, let me just give you all the data here. This cash flows, this deal does $840,000 of free cash flow every year, after debt, after expenses, after taxes, and then we'll take the calls, okay, Johnny? Now, my CFO here is like, man, this thing cash flowing good. I said, we got to get rid of this. I said, I either got to refinance this deal or I got to sell this deal and 1031 into another deal. Why? This deal's screaming. I said, look, I just got an offer of $54 million on this property. Okay? I have $22 million of debt on the deal. I have $32 million that only pays me $840,000. This is how you get rich. You start looking at the real cost of your money. I have $840,000 of free cash flow. Great, seems good. That is being produced by $32 million worth of TE, trapped equity. $32 million. Okay, that means I'm actually only earning 2.6% on my money, on my trapped equity, okay? So you want to just really get honest about your equity. So watch what I'm going to do with this deal. I'm going to 1031 this deal. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to take the $26 million of trapped equity. Is that what I said I had? Yeah, $22 million, $32 million of trapped equity. The $32 million of trapped equity, I'm going to go buy 3 times that. I'm going to go buy $100 million real estate. Okay, and I'm only going to earn 4% on this. Now remember this deal back here, I'm earning like 12% on my money right here. I'm going to take a deal where I'm earning 12%, and I'm going to move into a deal where I'm only earning 4%, but watch what happens. Remember this number, I'm earning $840 a year. Because look, at the end of the day, money's money. Right? You want more money or you want less money? You want more money or do you want a bigger return? I want more money. Okay, so watch. I'm going to take this trapped equity. Really, the thing I should do is to refinance the deal, just to be honest with you, but I'm not going to do that for a reason here, and I'll tell you in a second, because I got a big, massive deal I want to buy. So I'm going to take the $32 million, I'm going to buy $100 million worth of real estate or a little more, and I'm going to downgrade my returns. I'm going to downgrade my return to 4% on $32 million. How much would that be? 0.04 times 32 million. That's $1,280,000 a year. Okay, so I'm going to increase my cash flow by 50%, even though I reduced my percentage by literally 75%. Okay, so I went from a 12% to a 4%, but I increased my cash flow, and I got a better piece of real estate. I got almost 5 times the value of real estate. Okay, there's a lot to cover there. Basically, 5 things you need to be aware of. If you're taking notes, I'll give them to you one more time. Number 1, you're going to go too small. Number 2, you're going to buy on a budget. Number 3, you underestimate the cost of the rehab. Number 4, you're trying to manage the deal by yourself or get your cousin or your sister or your wife to. And number 5, you do not understand the true cost of money because you haven't actually walked through the financing. You don't get the best debt when you go in. You don't get the cheapest debt when you go in, and then you end up with a bunch of trapped equity. Every Monday I do this show. If you're liking this, if you enjoy this, please hit the little notification button. Subscribe to the channel so you get notified when I'm doing these shows. Also, if you like the show, please give us a positive heads up, thumbs up. Man, it's good. It's good for me. It's good for us. It's good for you to give back to your Uncle G a little bit, okay? If you don't like the show, please, I beg you, please put what you didn't like, okay? Because I like to see you guys take a minute to criticize on your Uncle G, okay? Please, if my math was wrong, if you think I'm a ding-dong, please put it in the comments. Just don't be a go-along, okay? Say you something one way or the other. Every Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Cardone Zone, we come to you. A lot of times we talk about this real estate game because I love it. Next week, I'm going to be doing COVID and the effects on COVID-19. Is it 19?
I guess so.
COVID, the Delta experience.
COVID 50.
The pandemic or the pandemic. What is it? Okay. All right, let's talk to our callers.
All right, we got David in D.C.
By the way, COVID has been one of the greatest things for real estate investors probably in the last 2 decades. Just saying. It ain't all bad.
All right, you got David on.
David, what's up, man?
Hey, Grant, David, how are you?
Good, buddy. I appreciate you being on hold so long, man. Do you have a question or do you have a deal?
You're fine. I have both a deal and 2 questions.
Okay, go ahead. Give me your deal so I can start looking at it, and then I'll take the 2 questions.
Gotcha. So I'm in D.C. The majority of good deals right now are off-market deals that I'm kind of just individually pursuing. So can I just email you the link instead of, like, sharing the address?
Oh. Well, you can, but I'm not going to look at it like that.
All right. I mean, you think it's okay if I share it?
Yeah, dude. I think it's okay if you share it, bro. It ain't a secret, man. Shit. If it's in D.C., somebody knows about it.
Yeah.
You know the CIA is probably listening to this call right now. They try to figure
You're probably right.
Oh, you vaccinated?
They're gonna make us get the vaccine right after we get off. Anyway, so the address is 1534 16th Road, and it's in Arlington.
In Arlington, huh? Man, what a tight market that is.
The location.
1534 15th Road, did you say, David?
It's 1534 16th Road. I think it might be North 16th.
Yeah, there it is. 16th North Arlington. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm looking at the deal. Tell me about it.
It's green and white, right?
Ooh, it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah, man.
So the location's
Dude,
ridiculous, right? This is a really tight, compressed market. Is that what I'm looking at?
Very tight, very expensive. I'm not going to say overpriced because you just had that discussion about inflation.
Yeah, you know I'm doing a real estate show
that.
right
I think
now, right?
that it just is what it is, man. But
that's what I do every month.
the
Goddamn,
location's
you've been married to me
insane.
17, 18 years. You ought to know
It's
that.
extremely under market. It's only 15 units, but the thing is like, I know you recommend
Adios.
preferably 32, minimum 16, but the cash flow is so much higher around here because the rents are so much higher than like in other markets. Rents they're all 2 bedrooms.
Okay, they're all 2 bedrooms.
Sorry?
Yeah, they're all 2 bedrooms. How many units?
15.
Okay, good. 15 units, all 2 bedrooms. How much are the rents?
About $1,500 a month.
Is it called Arlington Boulevard Apartments?
Yes.
Okay. $1,500 a month, and they're green and white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool, man. And how's the location?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Okay, so who are these people in this image? Can you show this, Johnny? Why am I looking at these people? They come with the apartment? See, that's just dumb. I don't know why people have that.
I'm not caught up on the stream.
Guys, when you look at our properties, you go to any 10X living property, you're not going to see a picture of me there. Like, I don't come with the deal. Jump out your closet at night. Bang!
Yeah. The woman that owns the property is like 76 years old.
Okay.
Her dad built the property. So I wrote her a handwritten letter just expressing my interest in the property. Not an LOI, but I don't know, man. I'm trying to get the deal, but I'm
Yeah.
not
So what do you
communicating with her
think you need to pay for it?
yet. Now that ties into one of my questions. So I guess I'll
I'm
just get
losing
into the
this
question
connection,
now
guys.
and indirectly answer your question. So it's tough because around here, people apply.
You gotta speak up, bro. You gotta speak up a little. I can't quite hear you.
Like, I can do the cash flow analysis and come up with a price because I know what the caps are trading for around here. But like, you'll work out a price. I think I'd probably have to pay $4 million here. I know I'm going to talk to her and she's going to be like, I want 5.5.
Yeah, well,
And I'm like, dude, I can't
exactly
make
right.
sense of
So
those
let me, because he's cracking up a little bit. Okay, let me tell you how this deal plays out. First of all, the rents on this deal are probably too low. Okay, if this is where I think it is, if he's truly got a 10 out of 10 location, this is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,500. There's only one left. This is a private owner. They think that they got pictures of themselves on the website. I'm telling you, it's under rented for price. This could be $3,000 a month rents. You cannot base this deal based on what it's producing. So at $1,500 a month, 1,500 times 15 units, they're probably full all the time, times 12, it's going to produce 15 times 1,500 times 12 is $270,000 of income a year. This is how you do the math on this deal. $270,000 of income a year. So it's not a big deal, right? But there might be a big opportunity here in that it could produce $540,000 a year. This deal, is his name David? I think it's David, right? This deal is probably going to trade at a 2 cap or a 1.5 cap right now in today's numbers. You cannot do this deal like in this kind of tight market where as soon as you gave me the address, I'm like, oh man, that's compressed and it's tight. When you get that kind of compression in a hot market where the people that are the powers of the universe are in DC, do you know which way real estate is going in those markets, right? Where liberals live, prices go up. Just look, man, wherever they're heavily Democratic, okay? Wherever you have heavy concentrations of Democrats, LA, New York City, where else we got? San Francisco, Chicago, okay? The people that they're supposed to protect get priced out of the marketplace. And that will be true about this little deal that you have right here. So these rents are probably, you know, these people aren't going to get rid of this thing. They probably have no money in the deal. They probably have no debt on the deal. How do you buy it from them? You got to underwrite this deal and say, hey, what am I willing to pay on the deal? 270. Let me see. It produces 270. Let's say this thing costs $70,000 a year to manage, and you end up with 200 grand because you're managing it yourself. 200 grand divided by a 3.5 cap. This deal's worth $5.7 million. Somebody's going to buy that thing for $5.7 million. They're not going to buy it. What did he say? He said, I might have to offer $4 million. They're not going to even return your phone call at $4 million. This thing could be worth $10 million. Somebody's probably going to tear it down and build a high rise there in the future. So David, if you really want this kind of real estate, and this is what I would warn everybody. This is what this show's about. Warnings, man. This deal is too small for this many risks for your first deal. And I'm just telling you, you're going to have to put 50% down on this deal. $5.7 million. You need a $2.5 million down payment on this deal just to get a loan on it. And this deal comes with a lot of risk because if none of this works out, the only people this is not a risk to are the people that own this deal. These people have a bunch of trapped equity. See, they don't even know it. They own nothing on the property. They probably own it forever. The thing's worth $6 million. Okay, their cost basis, called a cost basis, is zero. They've already written this thing off to where they don't have any money anymore. And if they sell it, they're going to be paying taxes on $6 million. The one thing you do have going for you, David, is that if Joe Biden doubles the capital gains from 19 to 38. These people are thinking, man, I need to get this money out. So if I was going to write her, I would write her and say, look, I'll get this done. You 1031 out, pay 0% taxes. 0, not 19 and not 38. And 38's coming. Your boy you put in office, he's going to take your money from you. Okay? It's coming to everybody. All you investors out there, this guy Biden, okay? He's worse than bin Laden. Just kidding with you, okay? Don't go getting all turned off on me. I'm just playing with you, okay? So, but he's going to double your taxes, your capital gains. And if he does that and you got investments in real estate, she's got $6 million of TE, trapped equity. Okay? And that trapped equity, if she earned 5% a year, she'd have $300,000 of positive cash flow. She could put that in the deal I'm doing right now down in Houston, Texas. Showing the picture of this deal. Okay? She could earn $300,000 a year there, $25,000 a month. $25,000 a month. And never have a headache, never meet I'm not going to put her face on I'm not going to put her family on my apartment portfolio. I'm going to show the pool. I'm going to show the property because look how good it looks. She could literally upgrade. This is probably a single owner. David, is David still on the phone? Okay, David's off, but her and her family probably won't own one property in Arlington and they've never added to it. And this is how they live. They're probably making, I don't know, $5,000 a month. She could go from $5,000 a month to $25,000 a month and not even have any headaches, take any phone calls, and we would have to take her off the website. Okay? All right, next caller.
All right, you got Rachel.
And then which deal, by the way, do you think has more upside going forward? Johnny, can you show these two deals? This deal right here or that deal I just bought in Houston? That deal's worth $6 million if she doubles. Okay? And my deal's worth, I don't know, almost $200 million. That's the other thing, man. You want to be involved in big deals, folks. I would rather have a tiny, tiny position in a massive deal than own a bunch of tiny little deals. Okay, go ahead. You got a deal or you got a question?
I got a question,
Yes, ma'am.
or a statement rather.
Okay.
Want to be involved in big deals, folks. I would rather have a tiny position in a massive.
You got to turn your you got to quit listening to me and talk to me. Awkward. Next caller.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead, Rachel.
Hey, Uncle G, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing amazing and wonderful. Thank you. I had the privilege of meeting with your wife on Friday.
She's amazing.
She is amazing, and I got to share with her my story. I've been following you for several years now, and this year I became financially free with real estate.
Weird, man. Wobbling. Okay, so you have a deal or you have a question?
Oh no, I just wanted to say thank you so much.
Oh, well, thank you so much, too.
for,
I appreciate you.
all
Thank you.
that you're doing, all that you have done. Your books, your audiobooks, I've been listening, I've been reading, I've been learning, been to 10X, and I'm excited to take to the next level.
That's awesome. And I hope you join our real estate club. By the way, for all of you out there that want to be part of the club, grantcardone.com/club, grantcardone.com/club. Serious real estate investors. We're hooking people up with looking for deals, finding deals, talking about deals every single week, every Wednesday of the year. I get on a call with you and the other investors, about 150 of us, Real Estate Club, grantcardone.com/club, and we talk about deals, we talk about financing, we talk about how to get equity and put people together. Let's go to our next caller. Rachel, thank you so much for your success.
Okay. We got Josh in Illinois.
Oh, Illinois. Illinois, what's going on, man? I think I heard that more kids have died from shootings in Illinois than have died from COVID this year. What's up, Illinois?
Oh my goodness, what is going on?
What's going on, bro? You got a deal or you got a question?
Can you hear
Terrible
me?
today, guys. Hey, you got a deal or you got a question, man? Because clearly you're on T-Mobile.
I have a question, but I barely hear you. You're very, very faint.
Okay, next caller. Let's go. Next caller. Let's go. Get this. Let me get some good connections. You guys got to get some good connections when you try to communicate with somebody, man. You want to tell me about the deal? Speak clearly. Get a good connection. AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon. They all suck. Let's admit it.
All right, we got.
That's what Arnold Schwarzenegger should do a video on. Screw your mobile device.
We got Doug in Boston.
Doug, what's going on in the Big B, bruh? One clear
Hello?
caller.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was on hold.
Okay. You on hold? I'm on hold. You holding me? I'm holding you.
Okay.
You got a deal or you got a question?
Yes, I have a question.
Let's go.
Yes. So I'm a contractor,
Okay.
and I'm looking. I'm looking for some investment properties. So how we can how you can guys help me out to land some deals?
Okay. What's your question?
The question: how to start investing in the real estate? I'm a
Yeah, do you
contractor,
have my book? Do
I
you have my
some-
book? Do you have my book, How to Create Wealth Investing in Real Estate?
Yes.
Good. Can you read?
Yes, I can.
Go read it, man.
Okay.
Goddamn, I send you the book. You guys get the book, grantcardone.com/free books. The damn book is free. Okay, you guys, all you do is you pay the shipping, I send you the damn book, okay? Or you go to Amazon, I think you pay $25 at Amazon. So grab the book, read the book, okay? Then probably what you want to do after you get the book is you want to get on the audio program. Once you get on the video and the book, you get on the video program. That video program's, I think it's $10,000. Dude, it's worth 10 million. So it's going to show you how to find deals, where to find deals, what to do when you find a deal. But mostly, folks, it's going to show you in the first part of the book how to avoid the biggest mistakes made in real estate. Because once you avoid the mistakes in any game, once you know what not to do, you're left only with what to do. And that's what I try to come here and do for you every Monday, is show you what to do, first what to avoid doing. Don't go too small. These twos, the onesies, twosies, and fours, I'm telling you, as soon as you buy them, you will want to get out of them. Trust me, it is easier. Ryan Secco, he accumulated 21 1 and 2 unit deals. He had 21 of them. I put him in one deal. He sold his deals. He walked away with 400 grand. Okay, it took him 5 years to make 400 grand. I put him in one deal. I took his $400,000. He came into one big 833 unit deal that I owned. I said, look, man, he's like, what percentage owner am I going to be? I said, I don't know, like, what does that look like to you, Ryan? Is that familiar? Huh? What does that look like to you? That's about, you're going to have about that much. Okay? You're still going to make more money. You're going to make at 1% ownership in an 833 unit deal. He turned his 400 grand into $1.1 million. That's after he received a 10% cash flow on his money for 37 months. He received 10%. He was a 1% owner. He made $1.1 million. His 400 grand turned into $1.1 million. He paid no taxes on the score, and he earned 40 grand a year while he waited for this to happen. He never even visited the property, man, never talked to a tenant. You understand? When you go big, when you figure out how to do other stuff with other people that's big. So number one, don't go too small. If you got stuff that's small now, figure out how to put it together. Sell it as a portfolio, grab your cash, and move into some bigger deals. Number two, don't buy real estate on a budget. This is not a visit to Whole Foods. This real estate, you're going to own it for a long time, okay? 3, do not underestimate the cost of rehab. We're rehabbing a project right now. We figure 15 to 20 grand a unit. Some of you walk in and say, I'm gonna fix this place for 1,500. No, you're not. Everybody underestimates how long it takes and what it costs to do any project. That's number three. Number four, management. Don't try to self-manage this stuff. You want to be an investor, not a manager. There ain't no money in management. And number five, okay, be honest about what you know about financing. Financing is one of the biggest parts of this game. You buy a $1 million piece of real estate, if you put $200,000 down on that, okay, you're financing 800 grand. The biggest portion of this is the financing. You got to learn about the financing. Where do I get money? Who do I talk to about money? I'm going to New York tomorrow. I'm speaking at that gig tomorrow afternoon. Do y'all know the name of that gig?
That's the Entrepreneurs Conference.
The Entrepreneurs Conference in Long Island. Then I'm going to rock that place crazy. We'll put a link down there in case you guys see this live so you know how to go to it. And I'm going to go be speaking there. Before I go there, though, I'm going to go visit with some groups like Goldman, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, KKR, related group. Why am I meeting with them? I'm meeting with them to have meetings with them to talk about how to get money from them. You understand? Now, yes, I do have to get a vaccine card to go in. So I said, okay. And they want me to get another COVID. I said, man, I had a test today. You got to get another test while you're there. I said, how about we meet outside at the Starbucks? Instead of me coming up and seeing your beautiful offices. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you got to start meeting people about financing, lenders, bankers. Who is actually giving money for this kind of real estate? Just because you're talking to a bank that says no does not mean the real estate's bad. It means that bank is not interested in the real estate at this time. Okay? So just because a banker, first two banks I ever went to for a loan, both told me no. Told me the investment was ridiculous, that I was paying too much. The third place I went to said, oh man, you're still in this deal. We'll give you 100% financing. True story. First two guys said, no way, impossible. And then they criticized my investment. Why? Because they did not want to tell me they do not lend money for that type of investment. No bank's going to tell you they don't do that. They're going to be like, this isn't our thing right now. Okay? Because they don't want to advertise they ain't doing that. You understand? Okay, my name's Grant Cardone, and you, ladies and gentlemen, are real estate investors. You are wanting and desiring to get educated on the real estate game. I do this every Monday. Turn your notifications on so you get notified when I'm dropping a show, when I'm educating you on a show, and when I run for president. Okay? Get the notifications turned on so you get notified first so you can come in and fund my run for president of the United States. Because I'm telling you, man, I'm starting to say, damn, man, if these lying people can do this, if these people this is like frustrating. These people can pull this off, man. Maybe I could run. Maybe I could get up there. Huh, Johnny? What do you think?
Let's roll.
Let's roll. 2028, here I come. Okay? Okay, I'm making the announcement right here. A warning to real estate investors and to all of you who want your freedoms back, Grant Cardone in 2028. I need at least that long to get my war chest. Okay, so, and the best way for me to do that, by the way, true story, I'm having a little conversation with my daughter this weekend, and she's like, Papa, I think you need to run. I was doing a clubhouse, right? She's like, people love you, Papa. You should run. I'm like, okay. There was only like 1,500 people in the room, baby. I think you could get them all. I said, okay, but that might be the only votes we get. She's like, no, this is my 12-year-old Sabrina. This is crazy what these people are talking about. And then she writes, I said, what are you writing? She's writing in her, did y'all see that on Instagram? She's writing about, hey, I'm waking up to a crazy world and I'm only 12. I feel like my adolescent youth is being robbed from me with tyranny in the world. I'm like, man, how does she know all this is going on? Because your kids know something is going on. So I said, she's like, what would we have to do to run, for you to run? And I said, first thing we have to do, we got to keep doing what we've been doing. We got to keep creating success because people pay attention to people that are successful. So when you leave today, Monday morning, Monday afternoon, okay, you leave today, you leave this show today, maybe you're watching it after the fact. Look, go out and be successful. Go out and make investments. You cannot change this world without having investments that can take care of you and your family so that you can pursue some of these other things to change the world. Hope you enjoyed the show today. Please post in comments. Thank you, and thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next Monday. For the rest of you, I'll see you at the club on Wednesday.